You work a full month. Long hours, difficult days, the kind of tired that follows you home. Then the paycheck hits. And the number in your account is not the number you earned. A chunk is already gone before you touched it. Federal tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare. And if you are like most people, you accepted that without fully understanding any of it. You nodded, moved on, and probably just ordered a coffee that cost more than the interest your savings account earned all year. That stops today. This video covers the financial concepts that should have been mandatory in school and were not. Explained simply. No jargon, no textbooks, just the stuff you actually needed to know a long time ago. Taxes. You mow your neighbor's lawn for $20. Before they hand you the money, they take $5 and say it is going toward fixing the pothole at the end of the street. You did not vote on it. You did not negotiate it. It just came out. That $5 is a tax, and the rest of your financial life works on exactly the same principle, just with more zeros. Every time you earn money, the government takes a percentage before you ever see it. Income tax hits what you earn. Sales tax hits what you spend. Capital gains tax hits what your investments made while you were not watching. Social Security tax is the government forcing you to save for retirement whether you planned to or not. Medicare tax funds, healthcare for older people, and those who cannot afford it on their own. The genuinely baffling part is that the government already knows what you owe. Your employer reports it. But they still make you calculate it yourself and submit the answer. Get it right and nothing happens. Get it wrong and the conversation becomes significantly more uncomfortable than a pothole. File accurately, file on time, and if your financial situation involves anything beyond a single job and a checking account, pay someone qualified to handle it. It costs far less than the alternative. Banks. To be the responsible adult you claim you are, you hand your most responsible friend $100 to keep for the week. You feel good. Your money is safe. What you do not know is that your friend immediately lent $90 of it to someone who wanted to buy a new pair of shoes, keeping only $10 in their pocket. They are not worried because they know you probably will not need the whole $100 back before that person repays them. That friend is a bank. When you deposit money, the bank does not put it in a box with your name on it. It lends most of it to other people. People buying homes, financing businesses, paying off debt. The bank keeps a small fraction available for withdrawals and lends the rest. This system is called fractional reserve banking, and it works perfectly well until everyone wants their money back at the same time, which is more or less what happened in 2008. Banks make money on the gap between what they pay you to hold your money, almost nothing, and what they charge someone else to borrow it, quite a lot. You are not really the customer. Your money is the product they are selling to borrowers at a profit. In the United States, deposits are insured up to $250,000 per person. Even if the bank completely fails, the government guarantees you get that amount back. Interest: you borrow your brother's bicycle for the weekend. He says fine, but when you return it, bring him a bag of chips too. That bag of chips is interest, the cost of using something that belongs to someone else. Now stretch that across months instead of a weekend, and suddenly the chips add up faster than you expected. A credit card charging 20% annual interest means for every $100 you owe and do not pay off, you owe $120 by year's end. But here is where it gets painful. Next year, if that balance is still sitting there, you are paying interest on the $120, not the original $100. Interest charging interest. That is compound interest working against you, and it is how small unpaid balances quietly become serious financial problems. Flip it around, and the same mechanism becomes powerful. $1,000 invested at 7% annual returns earns interest on itself every single year. After 30 years without a single additional contribution, that $1,000 becomes roughly $7,600. The money multiplied because it was left alone long enough. Interest is always doing one of two things: draining you or building you. Which one it is depends entirely on which side of the equation you are on. Inflation. You save $10 specifically to buy 10 chocolate bars at $1 each. A year later, you go back to the store. Same chocolate bar, same wrapper, now $1.20. Your $10 only buys 8. Your money did not disappear, but it bought less than it used to. That quiet shrinking of what your money can do is inflation. It happens when the amount of money circulating in the economy grows faster than the things available to buy. Too much money chasing too few goods pushes prices up. It also happens when production costs rise, raw materials, shipping, energy, and businesses pass those costs on to you. Sometimes it is even self-fulfilling. People expect prices to rise, spend faster to beat the increase, and that rush of spending is exactly what pushes prices higher. A small amount of inflation, around 2% annually, is normal and even healthy. It keeps money moving. When it spikes well above that, wages stop keeping pace, savings lose value faster than they accumulate, and everything feels more expensive because it genuinely is. The primary tool governments use to fight it is raising interest rates, making borrowing more expensive, slowing spending, and gradually cooling prices. It works, but it takes time and creates its own complications. Recessions. 1 week every business in your neighborhood decides to cut back. The pizza place lays off the delivery driver. The delivery driver stops buying new clothes. The clothing store loses revenue and lets someone go. That person stops eating out. Suddenly everyone is doing less of everything, spending less, earning less, and because of that, spending even less. That chain reaction of collective pullback is a recession. Officially, it is defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth. In practice, it feels like a slow wave. Layoffs spreading, companies freezing spending, consumers holding back, growth stalling, and then reversing. It can be triggered by interest rates rising too fast, a financial crisis that shakes confidence, a global disruption, or simply the natural rhythm every economy moves through. Expansion, peak, contraction, recovery. The cycle is not new, and it is not a sign the system is broken. It is how the system breathes. Every recession in recorded history has ended. The people who came out strongest were not the ones who predicted it perfectly. They were the ones who did not panic, did not sell everything at the worst moment, and stayed positioned for the recovery that always eventually came. Credit scores. 5 different classmates all owe you money. 3 of them paid you back immediately last time. 1 took months. 1 still owes you from 2 years ago. Next time someone needs to borrow money, whose request gets approved fastest? That instinct, that reputation for paying people back, is exactly what a credit score measures. In real life, it is a number between 300 and 850 that tells lenders how trustworthy you are as a borrower. Below 580, and most lenders are nervous. Above 750, and you get the best rates and the smoothest approvals. 5 things determine it: whether you pay on time, how much of your available credit you are using, how long your accounts have been open, what types of credit you carry, and how recently you applied for new credit. The counterintuitive part, having no debt does not automatically give you a great score. No credit history reads almost as poorly as bad credit history. The score does not measure how responsible you are with money. It measures how predictable you are as a borrower. Learn the rules, and you can play them. Pay on time every month, keep balances low, and do not open 5 new accounts at once. Done consistently, the score builds itself. Currency. On a school playground, everyone agrees that green pebbles are worth 1 snack each. You can trade them for food, for favors, for almost anything. As long as everyone believes they are worth something. Then someone starts flooding the playground with hundreds of extra pebbles. Suddenly people want 2 pebbles for 1 snack instead of 1. The pebbles got less valuable because there were too many of them. That playground is the global economy, and those pebbles are money. A dollar bill is a piece of paper. Its value exists only because millions of people have agreed it has value, and because governments and banks work to maintain that agreement. Too much money printed and each unit is worth less. That is inflation again. Too little and people cannot afford to participate in the economy. The balance between those 2 extremes is what monetary policy spends most of its time trying to manage. Gold, dollars, euros, Bitcoin, none of them are intrinsically worth anything beyond what enough people collectively believe they are worth. That is not a weakness of money. It is its entire design. Currency is trust given a physical form, debt. A video game you have been eyeing costs $60, but you only have $20. Your sister covers the $40 difference and says, pay her back next month, plus $5 for the trouble. You got the game today instead of saving for 3 months, but it cost you $65 total instead of $60, and you spent next month's money before it arrived. That trade-off, having something now in exchange for paying more later, is debt. Debt is not inherently bad. A mortgage on a home that grows in value over time is debt working in your favor. A student loan that leads to meaningfully higher lifetime earnings can be worth the cost. The problem is debt used to fund things that lose value the moment you buy them. Credit card balances carried month to month. Financing things that could have been saved for, borrowing to cover lifestyle instead of investment. That kind of debt quietly drains money that could have been compounding somewhere else. The principle is simple. Borrow for things that grow or generate returns. Avoid borrowing for things that do not. Budgeting. Every week you get $10 pocket money. Before you spend a cent, you set aside $3 for savings, $4 for snacks, and keep $3 for anything unexpected. Every week, same plan. You never run out, and you always have something building on the side. A budget is nothing more than that, a plan for where money goes before it arrives instead of figuring it out after it is already gone. Most people do budgeting in reverse. The money comes in, life happens, and at the end of the month they wonder where it went. A budget flips that sequence. Fixed costs first, savings second, discretionary spending with whatever remains. The specific percentages matter less than the consistency of the habit. A budget does not restrict your life. It funds it deliberately instead of accidentally. Net worth. You own a bicycle worth $200 and have $50 saved, but you owe a friend $80. Your net worth is $200 plus $50 minus $80, which comes to $170. Everything you own minus everything you owe. That single number is the most honest measure of your actual financial position. Most people track income. Fewer people track net worth, but income is just the water flowing into the bucket. Net worth tells you how much is actually accumulating after everything flowing out. Someone earning $200,000 a year with $300,000 in debt and no assets is in a weaker position than someone earning $50,000 who has been quietly saving and investing for 10 years. Net worth grows when what you own increases in value and what you owe decreases over time. Tracking it even roughly, even just once a year, gives you a clear picture of whether you are actually moving forward or just moving fast. Investing. You plant a seed. First few weeks, nothing visible happens. You keep watering it. A few months in, a small plant appears. A year later, it is twice the size. 5 years later, it is a tree producing fruit you did not have to work for. You did not do very much. You just started early and left it alone. That is investing. Putting money into assets that grow over time, stocks, which are small ownership stakes in companies, bonds, which are loans you make to governments or corporations in exchange for interest, funds, which spread your money across hundreds of companies so no single failure wipes you out, or real estate, which can appreciate in value and generate rental income simultaneously. The goal is simple. Make money grow faster than inflation can shrink it. The most important variables are not which stock to pick or how closely to watch the market. They are how early you start, how consistently you contribute, and how patiently you leave it alone. A 22-year-old investing $200 a month will almost certainly end up with more at retirement than a 35-year-old investing $500 a month. Not because of income or intelligence, but because of time. The biggest financial risk is not investing badly. It is not investing at all. Value. 2 kids selling lemonade on the same street. One sells a plain cup for $1, the other adds fresh mint, a slice of orange, serves it in a nicer cup, and charges $3. Same basic product. But one created more perceived value and people paid more for it without hesitation. Money has always worked this way, it flows toward value. The more useful, rare, or desirable something is, the more people will pay for it. A surgeon earns significantly more than someone in an entry-level role, not because the hours are longer, but because the value delivered per hour is dramatically higher and far fewer people can provide it. A luxury brand charges 10 times more for a bag, not because it is 10 times better built, but because people believe it is worth 10 times more. And belief is enough. If you want to earn more, develop skills that are difficult to find. Solve problems most people cannot or will not solve, and create things that genuinely improve how people live. Value is the one variable in your financial life most within your own control. Time. Jack and Matt plant the same tree. Matt plants it at 20. Jack waits until 40. By the time both are 60, the Matt's tree is enormous, producing fruit, providing shade, fully established, while Jack's is still growing. Both people did the same thing. The only difference was when they started. Time is the most powerful financial asset most people have and the one most consistently underestimated. A 22-year-old investing $200 a month ends up further ahead at 65 than a 35-year-old investing $500 a month, despite contributing less total money, because compound growth needs time the way a fire needs oxygen. Without it, the growth is incremental. With enough of it, the growth becomes transformational. Every year of delay has a cost that does not show up immediately, but arrives eventually with compound precision. The concepts covered in this video, taxes, banks, interest, inflation, recessions, credit, currency, debt, budgeting, net worth, investing, value, time, all of them interact with time. Understanding them early changes the outcomes dramatically. Understanding them now still matters. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Drop a comment below. Which one of these did you wish someone had explained to you earlier?